Good evening, everyone. Comic Order 410 here, doing a last-minute video entry to Scotx1307's 100 subscriber contest. And first off, congratulations, Scott. You did this for 100 subscribers. I just noticed you're at like 143 or 147, so you're about to hit 150, man. And congrats, you deserve it. And after I post this, I'm going to put a link to Scott's channel. Please check it out. Please sub him. Please like his vids. He's a great guy, and he deserves a lot more subs. So please check him out. Thanks for being generous and doing this contest. It's so cool. We're part of a community where people selflessly, give away their own stuff. And that's what, the generous, positive nature of so many people in this community is what makes it such a great place to be. Scott was going to have us stranded on an island. And I have to say, what the main thing I'd want, if I was stranded on an island, would be Marianne Dawn Wells from Gilligan's Island. Oh, baby. Big fan of that show. One of the shows my older brother watched when I was little, so just love it. And it's a little corny, but I still maintain shows like that are better than half the reality crap on TV anyway. But Scott wanted to know where we're from. I'm from like 20 minutes north of Baltimore, as most of you know. He wanted 5 foods, but I just want to say first, he said you'd have fresh water. As long as I had good, high-quality, fresh water, pure water, that's fine with me. I don't drink a lot of soda or fruit juice, unless I'm drinking a whiskey and Coke, which I don't normally do. But as long as I had fresh water, some beer, and some whiskey, I'm good to go there. The 5 foods I would have, beef, steak, different kinds of beef, but preferably steak. Turkey or chicken. I eat turkey or chicken pretty much every day. Love them both, but I'd probably go with turkey. Fresh green vegetables, fresh potatoes, and fresh fruit. I'd be good to go, man. 5 books you'd take with you. I would take, a book on like survival tactics or living off the land. So, not only would it keep me from getting bored, but it'd help me be more productive and learn things I don't know. I would also take my favorite oversized hardcover on the history of comics called Great American Comic Books. I recommend everyone check that book out. It's incredible. The name's escaping me right now, the author, because I haven't read it in a while, but it's called Man's Search for Meaning, and it's about a Jewish guy, and he wrote it himself. It's an autobiography he wrote while he's in a concentration camp, and just an amazing, amazing piece of literature. It is powerful, and I'm not Jewish, but I recommend everyone read it, but especially if you're Jewish, you should definitely read that book. It's something really incredible. And to help keep a positive mindset, big Bruce Lee fan, I'd love to take his philosophy book, Bruce Lee, The Warrior Within. And I'm also a big fan of Jiddu Krishnamurti and his philosophies. He's an amazing, he's not with us anymore, but amazing person. And he's wrote so many great books, but I'd probably take The Awakening of Intelligence. So those would be my books. Again, not saying they're my favorite. None of these categories are necessarily my favorite. It's just what I would be able to, what I think would be good for the situation, whether it's helpful for your mind state or your health, or whether it's just something that I could watch or reread many times and not get bored. So, moving on, 5 albums. Metallica, if not a box set, Master of Puppets. Love that album. I'm doing a little cheating with the collections and box sets, but oh well. I would take a Beethoven box set. I used to play classical music, and it's really, I love Beethoven's music. Never get tired of it. Can listen to it over and over. And classical music, good classical music, just puts me in a good mind state. When I would study or read or write, it just puts my mind in a good, productive mode, and I'm not distracted by the lyrics. And I just think Beethoven's an amazing person. If you read about his life, he's really incredible. So, I would also probably take, again, something to keep positive. good island music, like a Bob Marley box set or Legend. Being from Baltimore, Frank Zappa, can't pick one album and have to do the 20 Years of Frank Zappa box set. And again, Iron Maiden, huge fan. Don't think I could pick one album. I'd take their box set, which I don't have and I need to buy. I have all their albums, but I need to buy that set. Video games. I do enjoy video games. I don't play as much as I used to, but I would take a Zelda game, if not the first one. I really like Link to the Past on Super Nintendo and Ocarina of Time. That'd probably be Ocarina of Time. Resident Evil 4, my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. Played through that so many times and I could play through it again. And I love the Mercenaries mode, or Survival, what I think it's called, Mercenaries. It's been a while. Kingdom Hearts Part 1, love it, love it. Long game, I could play through it. And the recent Mass Effect collection that has Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, because those games are great, and the replay value they have is amazing, because, you know, you can go back and make different decisions, and the story's different, so that would be something great to have. And last but not least, I'm probably going to get yelled at for this, but I keep hearing about Skyrim. I've never played it. It's a long, you know, action RPG, and that being that I've never played it, that'd be something good to take up some time, so I'd take that with me. 5 trades, you're looking at some of them right now. Definitely would take my Absolute Watchmen Omnibus. I've read this probably 25, 30 times in my life, and last time I read it, I still, you know, noticed new stuff. It's just such an amazing piece of work, and I'm a huge Alan Moore fan. That would be going with me. If not a collection of his Swamp Thing. You know, they divide them into smaller volumes. I'd want the whole run. But anyway, would take, again, just Spider-Man, these early issues. The adversity Peter faces, the adversity he faces as Spidey with, like, Jonah trying to ruin him. Just very inspiring stories that help you be tough. And I would take the Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Masterworks Volume 1, and Volume 4 gets an honorable mention, because it has Amazing 33, which I just love that story, as you know. The Crow trade paperback, just a beautiful, beautiful piece of writing. Like I said, it's just this beautiful love letter to James O'Barr's lost love. He's exercising his own personal demons, and it's such a dark, gritty, violent tale, but you can't understand how something that dark and violent could be such a beautiful love story, a tribute to his love, and it's amazing on multiple levels. I think everybody should read that. I'd also take the greatest Batman stories ever told, and like I said, if I couldn't get a collection of all Alan Moore's Saga the Swamp Thing run, I'd just probably take maybe Greatest Joker Stories or something. Great reading. Also, you know, he asked about movies, and I'm a big movie buff, so this wasn't easy. And again, I'm not saying these are my favorite movies. These are movies I could watch time and time again. And first and foremost, this one, loved as a kid, Back to the Future. This is the box set. I'd take all 3. But part 1's the one that I've watched so many times. I probably know every line of dialogue in that movie. I loved it as a kid, and I still do. It's a great flick. So I'd take that box set. I would take the Star Wars box set. James Bond box set. I just love, you know, everyone craps on the newer Star Wars, and they're not as good. The third one I maintain is pretty decent, but the first 3 Star Wars movies are the ones that do it for me. But I'd take the box set and Bond. I can watch those movies over and over. You know, I discovered Roger Moore first as a kid, and that was my introduction, but Connery's now my favorite, and I can watch them over and over as well. And the box set has a great documentary in it. So, I would also take my Indiana Jones box set, because it has all 3 and an amazing documentary on the making of the first 3 movies, and it doesn't have the Crystal Skull in it. And last but not least, to, again, keep a positive mindset, I love this movie, Gandhi, with Sir Ben Kingsley, and I know a lot of people have their opinions of some of the things Gandhi did in his personal life, and I understand that, but I just think he's an amazing person. This is an amazing film with an amazing performance, and Gandhi is the only person in the history of this planet to liberate an entire country from imperial rule without fighting a war, without, without bloodshed, without violence. And to me, that's one of the most amazing things I've ever heard of. And incredible flick. Love it, and I recommend it. TV shows, top of the list, has to be the original Twilight Zone. Just incredible. Still holds up. I can't imagine what the people watching them for the first time were thinking. It was just so radical, so ahead of its time. And they still have that punch in the shock value, some of the better episodes. It's incredible. And there's so many of them. I'd take that. HBO's Tales from the Crypt series, even though the last season wasn't as good, I'd take those. I love those. I can watch them over and over. And I bring some funny stuff. Like, again, you got to think about your mindset being alone. So I was a big fan of In Living Color, and I'd take that box set. Just a lot of it's corny, but I think it's funny. It has amazing cast with like the Wayans brothers and Tommy Davidson, Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx. I think Chris Rock was even on it. For a little while later. Just amazing stuff. And Curb Your Enthusiasm. I really like the writing on that show. I think I'm probably going to get crap for this too, but I like it better than Seinfeld. I think the writing's great and the jokes and the way everything ties in together, and really like that show, and I think it's witty and funny. And finally, I'd take the 5-season box set of Bill Bixby's Incredible Hulk TV series. One of the staples of my childhood. Just a great show, and I still like it. And I maintain, aside from maybe The Walking Dead, I don't want to draw ire, but especially up to that point, there's never been any comic book TV show that was on that level, in my opinion. To close it out, he said 5 items you bring, and with bringing albums and movies, I'd figure you're going to have like a TV, a DVD player, hopefully Blu-ray, hopefully a good stereo with speakers. I got to have my music right. So if not, I'd take a stereo, but definitely would take like a laptop or iPad. If you have your laptop loaded up, it could just be such a useful tool, even if you don't have internet there. Played soccer most of my life. Take a soccer ball if you're on an island, play with in the beach and the water. And being on an island, man, I'd have to have a surfboard or a boogie board with some flippers. That would take up a lot of my days. And aside from having Marianne there, I'd like to have my dog there, because dogs are loyal and they'll watch out for you at night and protect you. So that would be great. And if I had all that stuff, I wouldn't mind being Gilligan'd away for 10 years too much. So that's my last minute entry. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Scott, for doing this contest. Very nice of you. We all appreciate it. Go and check out Scott's channel. He's cool as the other side of my pillow. Please subscribe. Please like his videos. And everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy comic reading.